Okay, good morning. So today we are going to learn about indirect object pronouns, okay? So the last lesson was about direct object pronouns, so this one is the indirect object pronoun, all right? So let's see, the indirect object pronouns. So you're going to find all these hints out under week 1. You're going to see all the hints out, which I recommend to print each of the hints out so that way you can study, have them all them together and you can study for the final exam. Okay, so we go in here to the indirect object pronouns. It tells us where the DOP is going to, all right? So going back to here, we got to review the direct object pronouns before we learn about indirect object pronouns. So let's go here, the direct object pronoun. So remember, with the direct object pronoun, we replace an object, okay? And then the indirect object pronoun is going to tell us where the object is going to. So the indirect object pronoun is pretty much referred to people most of the time, to people. The pronouns you're going to use with indirect object pronoun, it's me, te, le, nos, and les. Me is for I, te is for you, le is for him, her, or you formal, which in Spanish is usted. Nos is for us, and les is for them or you all, okay, when you are talking to more than one people. All right, so let's have our example in English. So for example here, he gave the book to Maria. When you read this sentence, you might go and say, okay, I don't know which one is the indirect object pronoun. In case you don't know, then in your head, quiet, very quiet, you're going to ask these two questions, to whom or for whom. And whatever is the answer, that is the indirect object pronoun. For example, he gave the book to Maria. Okay, to whom he gave the book to? Maria is the answer. So Maria, for Maria, what pronoun you need to use? You want to use le, because Maria is only one girl. It's her, one, okay? All right, so now we're going to have some practice right here. Okay, so Luis compra, right? Compra los pantalones a Rosa. Okay, this is a sentence which is incorrect because we're missing the indirect object pronoun. How I know we're missing the indirect object pronoun? Because Luis is doing something for Rosa. Okay, again, indirect object pronoun says pretty much when you are doing something for somebody or where the object is going to. So he buys pants for Rosa. So he's doing something for Rosa. So I know we have to use indirect object pronoun. And in this sentence, we're missing the indirect object pronoun. So let's review the pronouns again. Me, te, le, nos, and le. Let's do le here. Les. All right. So again, and where you going to place those pronouns? Always here, always in front of the verb, okay? So that le is referring to Rosa, is not referring to Luis, okay? You conjugate the verb for Luis, but you use the direct object pronoun for Rosa, okay? So Luis le compra los pantalones a Rosa. In English, right, we say Luis buy the pants to her, right? We don't say to her, to Rosa, because you're repeating. To her means Rosa. You cannot you say to Rosa or you say to her. In this case, it's wrong because you're repeating. So we have to erase Rosa because we already say to her. In Spanish, it's different. In Spanish, yes, you can repeat. You can say le, which is her, and you can say Rosa. This is correct. Now, when we know exactly who you're talking about, you could leave Rosa out, okay? Luis le compra los pantalones. If we know who he's talking about, you could leave that out. But I recommend you to have the name here all the time, okay? So to be more clear to the person who is receiving the action. the message, I'm sorry. Okay, so again, when it's only one verb in the sentence, you're going to place those pronouns in front of the first verb. But then if we have two verbs, okay, let's do a sentence with two verbs. So we're going to say, Luis quiere comprar, quiere comprar los pantalones a Rosa. Well, in this case, I'm going to say a Rosa y Maria. Okay, so two people. So I know in this sentence is wrong because we're missing this, okay? But then how many verbs you see here? I see quiere, which is querer, to want, and I see comprar, which is to buy, all right? So because it's two verbs, there are two different ways to do it. One way is this one where you place the right pronoun here, right? But first we're going to figure out what's the right pronoun. So he is doing something for two people, which is Rosa and Maria. What is the pronoun? In English will be them. What is the pronoun for those two girls you're going to use in the sentence? Let's see which one you think it is. Correct, it's les. Oops, les. Okay, Luis les quiere comprar los pantalones a Rosa y María. Or, because again, there are two verbs, or you can say, Luis quiere, right? You got to conjugate querer for Luis. You don't conjugate the second one, never. Comprar. And then you're going to attach this pronoun to the end. Comprarles los pantalones a Rosa y María. Okay? So again, you only gonna do this when it's one verb. Always, always. No way you cannot attach this le here. That will be totally wrong. But if you see one and two verb, you can do it here, the les or the indirect of your pronoun, or you can do it here. But you can have two pronouns here. This one and this one. It's totally wrong. Okay? All right. So that's it. That's all for indirect of your pronoun. Okay, so what you have to do, what you have to remember is the pronouns, and it's pretty much when somebody does for somebody else, and you do say the pronoun plus the name of the person. It's right. In Spanish, it's right to repeat when it's indirect of your pronoun. And also what to do when it's one verb versus two verbs. Okay, so please, by now you should know the vocabulary for Unidad 1, Lección 1, and also you should be doing homework, okay? Remember, homework due Friday before 6 o'clock, all right? And then you also will take an assessment. All right, thank you. See you soon. Adiós. Hasta mañana. Bye-bye.